this example, we have to solve the following algebraic fraction. So here we have got 6x minus 4 is equal to minus 3 over x plus 1. What I would like to do here is first of all bring the minus 3 over x plus 1 across to make it plus 3 over x plus 1, and also swap the minus 4 across to the other side. This is just a sort of format that typically these questions would start off. So this is a format that typically people would learn these questions from. So here, what you want to do is take a common denominator on the left-hand side. So x upon x plus 1. So you get that just by multiplying the two denominators. So if you do that, what you had to do to this x was multiply by x plus 1. So its top line also gets multiplied by x plus 1. So it becomes 6 upon x plus 1. What you had to do to the x plus 1 was multiply it by x. So its top line also gets multiplied by x. Now here you can do a couple of things in whatever order you want. You could multiply the top line and tidy it up, and then you could bring the bottom line across. Quite often I like to tidy up first, so I'm just going to have 6x plus 6 plus 3x all over x upon x plus 1 is equal to 4, but you could have multiplied across by that bottom line first if you wanted to. Tidy up the top line now, you'll have 9x plus 6, and then I'll multiply across, so this comes across here and multiply, so that's now going to be 4x upon x plus 1. And then multiply out the brackets, make myself a bit more space here, sorry. Multiply the brackets, you're going to have 9x plus 6 is equal to 4x squared plus 4x. Now bring everything over to one side so that you can then hopefully solve this quadratic. So you'll have 4x squared minus 5x, because the 9x comes across and becomes minus, and also minus 6. Now this one, we will have a look and see if this factorizes or not. It may factorize, it might not. So my sum is minus 5, my product is minus 24. So if we go through that, minus 24 is minus 1 times 24. It's minus 2 times 12. It's minus 3 times 8. Minus 3 and 8 adds to give 5. So if you switch those around and made it minus 8 times 3, they would add to give minus 5. So by the sum and product, you can factorize. So if we factorize this, you will get this thing then. We can rewrite it as 4x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 6. Then factorize the first two terms completely. 4x can come out, leaving x minus 2. Over here, you can pull out the last two terms, you can pull out a 3, leaving x minus 2. You know you're on the right track because you have the same common bracket. Write down your common bracket. And then what's it multiplying by? 4x plus 3. And then you're in this lovely stage of mathematics where you've got a times b equals 0, which means a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. I put this bracket equals 0 and put this bracket equal to 0. So that's what we're going to do. So here you're just going to say x minus 2 equals 0, or 4x plus 3 equals 0. So x minus 2 equals 0 means x is equal to 2. That's one of your answers. Or this one, bring a 3 across, you'll have 4x equals minus 3, and x is equal to 3/4. And that's your two solutions to your equation. So the original equation there, you can see there's a lot of work to do for it, and that's it. Okay, the next one, similar idea. You've got this as your initial setup. Common denominator again is at this time a wee bit different. It's going to be x minus 1 upon x plus 2. And this denominator needed to get multiplied by x plus 2. So its top line gets multiplied by x plus 2. This denominator gets multiplied by x minus 1, so its top line gets multiplied by x minus 1. And then that is equal to 7/2. Now, if you've got one, I guess I would definitely tidy up the top line first. So it's going to be 10x plus 20 plus 12x. And be very careful with this wee multiplying. This is the one that people get wrong. So 12 times a minus 1, that's going to be minus 12. Okay, and I'll leave my bottom line, x minus 1, x plus 2 is equal to 7/2. And then I'll tidy up the top line. It's going to be 22x plus 8, still all over x minus 1 upon x plus 2 is equal to 7/2. Now, when you get this, I quite like to just cross multiply here So multiply up by the 2, multiply across by this, and then I would get 2 upon 22x plus 8, and then is equal to 7 upon x minus 1, x plus 2. So we'll just go ahead and do that. 2 times the left hand side is going to be 44x plus 16. The right hand side, leave my 7, multiply this out. X times x is x squared. X times the 2 is 2x. You've also got a minus x. So 2x minus x is just plus x. And minus 1 times the 2 is minus 2. And then tidy up again, still a wee bit of multiplying out to do. That's going to be 7x squared plus 7x minus 14. And then we'll bring the 16 across. So you're going to have 7x squared, and sorry, bring the 44 across as well. So that's going to be minus 37x, and then that's going to be minus 30. Now, I know what the answer is for this one. This one actually factorizes, but I wouldn't be doing this. If I got one as difficult as this in a calculator exam, I would just use my quadratic formula. My sum would be equal to minus 37. My product would be minus 210. So I'd have to go through and find two numbers such that they multiply to give minus 210 and add to give minus 37, which is pretty tricky. What I would do is I'd say my A is 7, my B is minus 37, my C is equal to minus 30, and then I would just say use the formula. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So let's just fire that in. X is equal to, so it's minus b, so minus 37 is 37 plus or minus, and look at the way I'm setting this out. This is exactly what I'm putting into my calculator to avoid making any mistakes. So there you've got my in the square root, that's my b squared minus 4 times my a times my c. On the bottom line it's 2 times my a, which was 7. And if we fire that into our calculators, we will get, bear with me, should have had this prepared earlier, 37 minus the square root of then the minus 37 squared, and then minus the 4 times the 7 times the 30, and the bottom line is going to be 2 times the 7. And when I do that, I get minus 5 over 7. And then we'll go in and change and do the positive one. I get x is equal to 6. And there's my two answers.